This video is an alternative for students who are absent on the day we did the earthquake lab. The question we are answering with this lab: what conditions affect the timing, duration, and intensity of an earthquake? Even though you will not be able to complete all parts of the lab, it is important that you read the lab procedure carefully and understand what happens in each part of the lab. You should make your own strain gauge as explained in Part 1, Setting Up. Please hand this in with your completed lab sheet. A long strip of sandpaper is used to represent one of the tectonic plates. It is important that the sand side be turned upward so that the two pieces of sandpaper come in contact with each other. This provides the necessary friction, which is an important part of our earthquake model. Please look closely at your strain gauge. Each mark should be exactly 1 centimeter apart. 0 occurs at the end of the rubber band when no energy has been added to the system. Look at the earthquake model seen here and also shown fully labeled on your lab sheet. Please note we are using a block with sandpaper glued to the bottom instead of a book covered with sandpaper. When a book was used in our simulation, it was too heavy, so we changed our second tectonic plate to a wooden block. This is the picture found on your lab sheet that is used to complete Table 1. You will be labeling 2 lithospheric or tectonic plates, and then tell us what the boundary between those 2 plates will be represented by. Please be careful when making observations from your strain gauge. It is important that you read at the same point each time. If you will look back at the picture of your strain gauge at 0, the right-hand side of the paper clip was found at the point of 0. Therefore, to make accurate observations, it is important that you look at the right side of the paper clip for each of your observations. Drumming on the table increases the energy in the system before you begin to pull the block across the sandpaper.
Okay, ready?
Record observation of the sugar cubes in Table 5. Please note you are not recording numbers from the strain gauge. Instead, you will indicate if the sugar cubes did not move, moved, or fell over. you watch the video, and pause it in order to help you fill in the data on your lab sheet. When you have collected all the data, you need to complete Section 8, thinking about what you have observed, and Section 9, exploring on your own. You may need to use the internet or other sources to answer those questions. If you have any questions about the lab, you may come in and see your teacher. Then, once you have answered all the questions, please hand it in.